Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we've got a quick update for the used car market. Before we get into this video though, as always, if you're going to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So Cox Automotive just released a report on the used car market, and I think this report is extremely important. So used car inventory is at 2.2 million units, which is slightly above what we have seen for most of the course of this year. Definitely above what we saw last year. And then used car day supply is still at 47 days. And then the average listing price is still above $27,000. And so what these numbers mean is that there is more inventory available. At the same time, the day supply number is not increasing, which means that there are more people buying used cars. And while retail prices, they aren't going anywhere. They're just staying where they're at. So again, despite the declines we have seen in the used car market on the wholesale side of things, the retail side of things has not been affected whatsoever. And so that's what I'm going to take out of that report. And now we're going to dive into what this means for the market, kind of my overall take on what is happening. So if you look at the new car market, things have somewhat stabilized, right? Prices aren't really going anywhere. Like with certain segments, they're slightly increasing, but pretty much across the board, prices are almost like frozen in the new car market. And the sales rate is relatively steady at the same time that the day supply number of new cars is also steady. So we've got a bunch of stability in the new car market. And what we are seeing right now is, despite the lack of stability on the wholesale front, the retail front of the used car market is very stable. And I think the reason why this is happening is because there's a big difference between the vehicles that are retail pieces in the used car market and the ones that are wholesale pieces. The used cars that we have in the market today that are wholesale pieces are complete pieces of junk. Nobody wants them. And that's why the wholesale prices are declining so much. All of these cars that dealers are trying to sell at auction, that people are trying to sell at auction, they're just like the worst examples of anything. And so it makes sense as to why the values keep going down, because it's like, okay, well, if you're going to sell me this piece of junk, I am going to pay bottom dollar for it. But then if you look at the cars that are being sold on the retail side of things, they're like the nicest examples of vehicles. And so it makes sense as to why the retail values are still holding strong and why there is a lot of stability within the used car market. And so what this means for those of you that are consumers is, well, first off, probably don't buy cars from auction because they're complete piles of junk. But because of what's happening at auction, trade-in values are still going to be really soft moving forward. Dealers are going to try to lowball the crap out of you because, again, they've got the argument that the wholesale market is slipping. But just understand there's a little bit of a fallacy in that market, or in that argument, because if your car's in really good condition, it's worth all the money in today's market, because we still have a tight supply of used cars. Even though the inventory levels have slightly increased, well, the sales rate has also slightly increased as well. And so we just still have a tight supply of used cars. And so if you have a car that is in good condition, especially compared to the other cars that are like it on the market, it is worth all the money. And so I think that this trend is going to continue moving forward. And so let me know what you guys think about this trend, and let me know what you think about this, I guess, stability that we are currently seeing. And do you think that my observation is correct in stating that, yeah, the used cars on the wholesale front are pieces of junk, that's why we're losing value there, and that the retail pieces aren't losing value because those are the cars that are really good. Those cars will never see auction, right? Dealers know, like when they get a nice car in, there's no reason for them to send it to auction. Anyways, I'll see you.